हाँ, आप अपनी स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं कि हम
By becoming the first nation to land successfully on the lunar South Pole, India is now a leading player in space diplomacy. After Chandrayaan 3 made a historic touchdown, the Indian Space Research Organisation has become the talk of the town in the space community. Now, India will be able to share data from the unexplored dark side of the moon. After all, when it comes to space, scientific collaboration is crucial to ensuring success. The fruits of this success are meant to be shared with the world, and be it Chandrayaan 3 or the South Asia satellite, India is an exemplary force of good amidst a cutthroat geopolitical race to the finish.
These are first stepping stones of achieving that. For our generation, this is a step. Then for next generation, there will be many bigger steps. As much as I know, South Pole is having lesser sun heat, sunlight. So because of that, the possibilities of various scientific interest is very high. It is hypothesized that by various scientists who are known to the moon science, that there could be a larger deposit of water beneath the surface. Of course, that is not the objective of this science mission, but there are other mineralogical observations which will be much different from the equatorial region. And landing there itself is again a challenge. So we would like to achieve that, being a challenging mission, and also achieve it in the very first time, very first country to do land near to the South Pole. So that way it marks a lot of scientific interest. We have well-defined roadmap for doing it. We are starting with the Aditya L1 now. Then we will have missions on Gaganyaan, which is an abort mission. And there are other regular launches of PSLV, GSLV, SSLV, LVM3, all of them are in the offing. We will have to have the NASA ISRO synthetic approach NISAR project is currently getting completed. For next year beginning, we have to do that launch also. Gaganyaan is going very fine. We have completed the human rating of the GSLV Mark 3 or the LVM3. Then we have also developed the rest of the systems like the crew module, crew escape system, and etc. We have to test it finally now through various tests, and it has to go through qualifications, etc. So we are in that process, and test flight which we are scheduling is part of one of those major tests, and such 6-7 tests are to be done.
While ISRO is basking in the glory of Chandrayaan 3, and rightly so, the space agency was not alone when it attempted this phenomenal feat. The ground stations of NASA and the European Space Agency had a significant role when it came to tracking the trajectory and health of the spacecraft. ISRO takes pride in its advanced 32-meter deep space tracking station located within India. This facility empowers scientists to accurately locate, track, command, and receive telemetry data. However, as the Earth rotates, the vantage point is not constantly available to track the spacecraft up above, with just one ground station in one location. For this reason, several ground stations are required around the globe to maintain an eye on the spacecraft. But instead of building ground stations in different geographical vantage points around the world, ISRO's cost-efficient space missions skillfully utilize diplomacy and positive relationships with other space agencies. The European Space Agency's 15-meter antenna in Kourou in French Guiana and the 32-meter antenna belonging to Goonhilly Earth Station in the UK had been communicating with Chandrayaan 3 mission on a regular basis. The European Space Agency's 35-meter deep space antenna in New Norcia, Australia, a third ground station in the S-Track network, was also set up to serve as a backup for communications with the Vikram lander. NASA's Deep Space Network provided telemetry and tracking coverage during the pad descent phase. Primary support for the mission came from the DSN complex in California, because that is exactly on the other side of the moon from India and can be in view of the moon when the station in India cannot see it. From NISAR to Artemis Accords, ISRO has made a long-standing space alliance with NASA. In 2008, ISRO's Chandrayaan-1 mission included a moon impact probe that was designed to impact the lunar surface. NASA's Moon Mineralogy Mapper instrument was also on board Chandrayaan-1. M3 helped discover the presence of water molecules on the moon's surface. NASA provided communication and navigation support to track Mangalyaan, India's first mission to Mars, when it was not visible in the country. ISRO and NASA's biggest collaboration ever is the NISAR joint mission. It is the most expensive Earth-observing mission so far, with a cost of $1.5 billion. It will be launched from Indian soil and will observe the entire planet every 12 days. This mission will not just elevate US and India's remote sensing capabilities, but it will also benefit the entire world with its advanced technologies to study the climate, ecosystems, and seismic activity. India has also signed the Artemis Accords with the US, opening up opportunities for future collaborations on planetary exploration and even manned missions to the moon by 2025. Even as ISRO collaborates with US's NASA, it is also working with Russia's Roscosmos on its Gaganyaan mission. The 4 astronauts shortlisted for Gaganyaan, India's first manned space mission, completed their training in Russia. India's regional navigation satellite system and Russia's navigation satellite system have cooperated to improve the accuracy and reliability of navigation signals. In the past, ISRO has utilized Russia's Soyuz launch vehicles to deploy several of its satellites into orbit. In the 1990s, ISRO acquired cryogenic engine technology from Russia to develop its GSLV Mk2 launch vehicle. ISRO has launched Russian satellites using its PSLV and GSLV launch vehicles, showcasing India's launch capabilities and expanding its commercial launch services. Over the years, ISRO has supported other nations as well. It has launched satellites for countries like the US, United Kingdom, Canada, and others, generating revenue and fostering international partnerships. ISRO has offered navigation and communication services to neighboring countries using its navigation satellite system. This aids in applications like disaster management and resource mapping. The South Asia satellite, also known as the GSAT-9, was launched in 2017 to provide communication and broadcasting services to SAARC countries. The 2,230 kg communication spacecraft is India's priceless gift to its neighbours. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said it sends out a message that even the sky is not the limit when it comes to regional cooperation. Collaborative efforts bring together diverse expertise, resources and data from various countries and institutions, enabling more comprehensive and accurate analysis of celestial phenomena, planetary conditions, and cosmic phenomena. Such collaborations not only accelerate the pace of discovery and innovation, but also allow researchers to tackle complex challenges with a global perspective, fostering the exchange of knowledge, sharing of infrastructure, and building diplomatic ties that transcend borders and contribute to humanity's collective understanding of the universe.